we need to now master the music business and understand that I don't have to step on stage to make money off my records, of my catalog. You get, we don't have to get another car wash for a dying musician
No.
to get
But
medication. They need to earn from their catalog.
hello, you're most welcome once again, the kings and queens back in the house. Though the king is out, I hope you'll be okay with the queen. But first, last but not the least, I have some guests in the house. I'll let them introduce myself. Speaking, it's Sorono Lydia. You can find me on my Instagram as Blackbird. On my left and right, I'll let them introduce themselves as their kings. I'll start with you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's your boy Kev Kelly again on the mic. You know what it is. Yes, sir.
Yo, greatness in the house. It's Buka in the building, yeah. Hopefully I'm gonna love this, man. Feels good to be here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you're going to love it. Well, today's topic is all about money, is coming money, introduction, and well as music. So we're going to start randomly with the music part of it. How do you find the difference? Who's copying who in terms of instrumentals, in terms of choreography and everything? So, Mr. Booker, you are in the music industry. What do you
Yes,
talk
for sure.
about it?
I mean, everyone is copying everyone. that's
the
definitely
flow.
happening around the world. But the question is, are people getting licenses for whatever they are copying? Like, are people paying to copy these people or to use the sounds or to repurpose the sounds? That's the biggest question that should be asked.
How many people are you going to pay for sounds?
I'll give you an example of Last. I mean, is it Tony Braxton? She gets a 60% of the royalties that whatever money is Burna Boy is making.
But
She
now,
takes
we
a
are,
50, a
but now we are looking
60%.
into the grounds of East Africa.
We are looking at Diamond Platinum.
Yes.
You're saying?
Yeah.
And then the Nigerian guy.
Thank you. You know the point now.
That was a hot, a steamy conversation on this platform X, former Twitter. It's
Yeah.
now called X. Nigerians was roasting the guy so hard for copying the song. Who's Your Guy? For him, he has another version.
Who's Spyro?
Yeah. So Diamond Platinums steals the beats almost, I mean, the instrumentation, the chord progression, the bass line, the melodies of Spyro's song, Who's Your Guy?
But then why is it always that you have to wait for the song to be out
What do you
to
mean?
complain that they're stealing your? Because you always still have you have all this time to figure out that okay, the beat is out, the words are in.
I think some things are just intended and business moves.
Yeah, and possibly this song remains in studio the whole time. So I think this person actually gets to know the song after it's been released.
Spyro's song was a hit record. We all know that. You get, so when Diamond Platinums put out a snippet, like we would all resonate where it was
Yeah.
coming from. It was so easy to
Easy to
understand
tell,
that this
yeah.
is a copycat of song ABCD.
Should
You
we
get-
say okay? Should we have a question? Who did it better? Or
Yeah.
should the song go back to him?
Spyro, who's your
I've
guy?
listened to Diamond Platinum.
I feel like Spyro did
You're
the
sounding
thing.
like a West African right now.
No,
should
but
be
when
an
you
East
look into
African.
Diamond
Come
Platinum, his voice, his creation of videos and everything, he's so creative. I guess we should also like consider ourselves as East African,
But
but,
you know-
we can
wait,
as well do
before-
something because literally all songs have the same beat
I think
No.
somewhere
can-
along the way.
I can actually consider Diamond Platinums. Reason being, someone can create a song.
You're
Yeah.
finally a coward.
No, not a coward. I'm looking at the side. I was an artist. Yeah.
He was.
And at the same time, I used to do more of if you are an entrepreneur, we look at terms of creativity. Yeah. So creativity is always key. Now, by the time a person tries taking something out of your song and does something much more better, creativity is
Thank you.
key.
So basically, East Africa can do it as
So
well.
I can give him the point.
Everyone is doing it around the world. Like I
Yeah.
said, everyone is doing it around the world. People are repurposing other people's songs.
You had like the Fake for Maker song, the Mafia song. By the time
Yeah.
it came out, and they were all saying they
But
copied
you know
it
how
from
many?
some guy.
Yeah.
From some Tanzanian guy.
Yeah, that
So should we
Pepe
take it
guy.
that these people
Yeah.
are always complaining that people are doing their songs better than them? Or like it's you like spicing the food more than the person who peeled it or started to cook it.
Because you have,
Spicing.
I'll call it spicing because
because you have
if you
all
prepare,
the time.
you know?
You have all the time with this record. So by the time you choose to like chop it down, you already have a different vibe
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
very dope vibe to it. You get?
Okay.
Yeah, but you know that thing is not. It's not about to stop, man.
But
it's also
do you
happening
think?
here.
Do you actually think it's right to copy to pick something out of some other person's song?
I don't think it's right, but if at all if you come to like an agreement, or you get to discuss about it, or you get in touch with this person, and probably would be nice if the two of you get to do a collab together. That would be better than me giving. It's like me coming to discuss a business with you. I get the idea. I give you the idea. I've brought the proposal to you, but then after 2 months, I find a billboard that this company is out, but then it was mine. That is stealing.
I feel like it ruins one's marketing,
Exactly.
like the original guy.
So in brief, I would
That
say that
brings
it's
down
better.
the original song.
You know,
Like, you know how-
it also helps somewhere. Let's put it in a way where people start comparing these two songs, and someone has to dig out the old record and then the new record. But then what you're saying is very true because
Yeah.
I've experienced that firsthand. I mean,
Tell
that
us.
let me tell my story, man. And it's a story I
Story,
haven't told in a
story.
long time.
Bring
man.
it on.
Actually, I've never told this story. So I wake up one morning and I create a song called Beer After Beer. You get? And
Yeah.
then Big Trill already has a smash hit
Party
called
After
Party
Party.
After Party.
Tell me this came from you.
So
A man with a celebrity in the house.
So what happens? I put out a record by 3 a.m. and I didn't even write the song, the verses. I got them from my old song and
Yeah.
just put them into Beer After Beer. We recreated the beat, changed a few things, and then 3 a.m. we released the song. So I get a call from a friend who's like, "Hey, we did a dance video for Big Trio, but they didn't acknowledge it. You could use it." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I get the audio of Beer After Beer, attach it to the dance video, and by 10 a.m., the song is viral. And I'm in my space frozen, and I'm like, what do I do next? So I reach out to my phone, I write to Big Trill,
Yeah.
you know what, I repurposed your song. I didn't intend to harm your brand or anything, and I didn't have any commercial intentions to this record because I was seeing the record going viral, and
Yeah.
then he didn't respond.
Yeah.
You get? So next thing I know, people are like, Beer After Beer is the record.
That
and
is
then no more
deadly.
Party After Party. You get?
How did
It
you
brought
make it
him
up to
down.
each other?
And then
okay.
He's
okay.
coming down, bro, with the story.
It wasn't real good. So what happens? I'm at the National Theatre. Views are flooding in on YouTube, and then pish, copyright claim. Your song is down. I'm like, what the fuck? So I run. Someone calls me and is like, "Oh, you're trending on Twitter."
Does that bring you back to the silence of the artist?
I mean, as an artist, as feeling a little bad for Big Trio
Yeah.
and Striker Entertainment because I didn't mean harm, but I was seeing what was happening to his record versus my record. You get?
Yeah.
And then when someone rang me and is like, "Yo, you're trending on Twitter," I was like, "Oh," so I go check on Twitter, and then I'm trending in 2 countries at once.
What?
So the Kenyans are like, "This is the official
Okay,
East
that
African
was a
anthem,"
serious bust.
and the Ugandans are like, "Now this is the original party song."
Actually went the other way
You get it?
around.
You get, and to that, if I try to upload Beer After Beer, it is taken down. So I was like,
Let me
forget
just
about
drop
it.
Yeah.
forget about it. So sometimes it could ruin the original song.
Yeah.
You get
Sure.
And sometimes it could give it more buzz. I mean, I used to go out to clubs and see people tucked in, corporate guys going down on beer after beer. And they used to when they play party after party, people would just have a good time. And then they play beer after beer, people run for their bottles. And they're like,
Yeah.
And then I get a call from guys
I think I should
in the
grab a
UK.
beer.
So guys in the UK were like, you know what? We enter the lockdown and you're a king. You get so we want to use your song to unite all beer drinkers across the world. The beer after beer record across the world. And there's a page on Instagram called Chop Off Worldwide. I was like, no worries. They're like, the way we can repay you is we'll use your Spotify link. So that, we drink beer with beer after beer playing in the background. I was like, okay. So when I got the copyright claims, the takedowns are like,
Good marketing, so.
In a way.
and I knew I was as killing someone's original record. So I was like, you know what? Give up with beer after beer. This ain't
Drop it
good
off.
business. Go take a chill pill, man. And then see, you know what Kama does? I create Viru Mabayai. And then a friend of mine is like,
So basically, the
and
other
a
one
friend
gave
of
you
mine-
an uplift.
a friend of mine goes records Biru Mabayai. And then he puts mine down. And I'm like, okay, now Kama is a bitch. I just repaid for my sins.
They actually did the same thing to you.
Exactly. But I was like, okay, now God, I have paid for my sins. So we're good to go.
And you just
You
let
get
it
back to the
slide.
door for,
I let it slide, however much it costed me so much. You get
Yeah, I feel you.
and but then I felt what Big Trio felt, and
Yeah.
the Striker Entertainment. So man, it's good and bad.
Yeah,
Good and bad. But if you do it rightfully, you get if you acquire the rights to repurpose the song or to copy the song
Yeah.
or to redo the song, then you're
Yeah.
doing
Right.
it rightfully. Also, if you do it, you need to credit the
Yeah.
original owners
Yeah,
of the
sure.
songs. But when you credit, sometimes they'll come for you, man. People always come for their monies.
But everyone wants the credit.
Exactly. And it's that simple, man. But people don't do it here.
Yeah.
Well, what's the way to change that?
You can't change it.
I don't
It is
think you
the way
can
it
change
is.
it in any way.
You
Have you
can't change it.
noticed most of the producers, before actually it all just goes around and rotates everywhere. The artist from the Rich Studio, he'll be like, because they've been in lots of studio sessions, and I'll see an artist tell a producer, hey, first listen to this. I want something to flow like this. Yeah, that's actually copying the same thing. Yeah, I'm not.
There is no
It's
creativity
very
at
rare.
all.
It's very rare to find an artist saying, let's just hit the mic. Hits the mic and just starts. But then you have to grab something from somewhere a little bit. Even the producers, you find that he will listen to something and then he starts creating his own thing. But after listening to the other guy.
Trust me, I think it comes from every product that is being created. We are not going to create anything new. You get, even when you create a new song, it will sound a little bit familiar
Familiar to
to
something
our
else.
song.
Because it's a
Stuff
recycle.
that happened with,
I'll call it a recycle set.
With
right?
Ed Sheeran recently. He's thinking out loud record,
Yeah.
where they said, you know what, you have to pay for copying a song. I've forgotten the song. Was it for Seal? Not really sure. But then Eddie Sheeran got his guitar and played over 7 popular records that sound almost the same. And that's how we won the case. But I was about to pay a huge chunk of money.
By the way, you've talked about
Wow.
that thing of sounding. You guys get to actually tend to have all your albums with the same beats. Why do you do this? Is it
Really?
your way of customizing your
I just feel like it's
albums?
culture.
Like
In a way, I feel like it's culture. Have you noticed that most of the Ugandan beats start with that beat like I don't know how to play.
The Chikubo Chite.
That
We
thing,
even
yeah.
now have an official genre called Chidandali on Audio Mac. So they're recognizing our sound.
is it more of like your
Yeah.
trademark or
No, it's not.
Your
Usually
style.
we thought, back in the days we thought we sound the same. But then after a long time and being a professional artist, I understood that what our people consume is what we give them. You get? Our people are all about good vibes, heavy beats.
So you
So
don't
you
want
give
to
them
walk
something
away
polite.
from-
Actually, an artist
You
comes
get-
with the beats.
Even the chord progressions, you change the chord progressions a little bit and run away from what they are used to. They won't tune in. Trust me, you'll be in your space. You get.
Yeah.
Understood.
But I love the fact that times are changing, and people are really selling a lot of foreign music to Ugandans, which is a good thing in a sarcastic way.
Way sarcastic.
I feel
way.
like I would want Uganda to be like its own thing, like produce your the way you say that you dandeli thing. You can put it on another level
I
instead
am
of
just saying they should
picking it
stop.
from. Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah, back onto the floor, onto the music. How are we going to know that it's your song? It's your song. How do we get to resolve that issue?
I feel it
And
comes.
to whom do we bring the case to?
Ah.
This question will go to Mr. Buga.
Well, Kev has something to say.
First, I'm not so good at music. Yeah, I'm also good. I'm more the video kind of thing. But then first, I feel like the rhythm itself just brings out the thing. Like there's someone you just feel like, hey man, I feel like that's my song. The way it's flowing on the beat, yeah, and that actually drags you back to the beat. Just kind of listen properly and feel like.
But,
I feel
but,
like
but,
that
but you know
might-
what happens when we go back to Diamond's scenario. We didn't get to hear anything from Spyro.
So who brought the case up?
You may actually find Boy was a fan too.
And we
Yeah,
also didn't get
exactly.
anything, an official statement from Diamond. You get? So maybe these people handled business backstage and we the netizens
We
did
are
our
left to
work.
discuss.
Yeah.
You get? Because
Comparing the
everyone
two.
has a smartphone.
We are there to
did
comment and
talking,
suggest.
And we gave them the numbers because, every time someone said something about the records,
That's a plus.
you get. But also, if you record a song that is a little bit similar to the other one, if it sounds almost the same, and the first record is properly distributed, you'll definitely get a copyright claim.
Yeah.
But if it sounds a little bit different, then the other person has to send in,
Does this also matters on who has bought the complaint first?
it matters because what we deal with, a song is like a house. It's an intellectual property. It's considered like a house. Me, I call all my music rentals because it brings in money and each record brings in money.
Yeah.
You get? So instead of building rentals, I'm investing in my music because those are my rentals.
But can I ask something? What if one makes a song, yeah? Let's say you make a song
Uh-huh.
and probably doesn't trend. Yeah? And then I copy something from you. Yeah, I actually copy the same thing from you. And mine actually hits the black.
How do you go about
How do you
that?
go about it?
I come
Not
from
even
my
on
When you
it.
go
not-
when you
not
go for the
even on me.
copyright, the copyright claim, will they consider yours?
Let me give you an example of. Do you know a song called Thang Thong? Is it Thang Song? Cisco. He I come niggas on me back.
Oh, yeah.
So no, that's Unleash the Dragon. Thang Song by Cisco. So the guy gets a word called Loco La Vida, puts it in a song, but then that phrasing was into someone else's song. And guess who makes the money right now? The original owner.
How is he doing it then?
Are you for real?
How is
Yeah.
he doing it?
And the other guy's song didn't hit the black.
It didn't. It was a smash, but then it was an old record. So this guy gets a phrase from the song.
No. I'm talking about where one song isn't like the smash. Yeah. It ain't the thing. Then I get the
One sentence out
the
of the
sentence out of it.
Then
yeah?
you're going to make money for me, man. Yeah.
Explain more about that, please.
Because you're dealing with my intellectual property. You're infringing on my copyright.
What if I tell them that was mine? He got it from me.
Of course, there's evidence.
Oh,
There's always evidence. Of
Yeah,
course,
I think
if
so.
if
I
I
think
want
I
to
should
strike your
start
record
music.
and I'm like, okay, now this song belongs to me, this person infringed on my copyright, then I have to show proof that you did so.
you bring in the producers and all that.
We have a case scenario that recently happened. John Black's record, John Black and Lydia Jasmine. I'm forgetting the title of the record. That record was produced from a studio that I work with, its house. And then another guy called King Lion, who wants to sound like John Black. Okay, sorry to say this. John Black is low budget artist. Copies a song, the same song, you get from another studio, and he claims it's his. So what we had to do, we had to provide the police with the dates the songs were created. We had to open the projects and show when the files were created, when the folders were created, because these dates show in the system.
Yeah.
You get when the first demo was bounced, when it was created, we had to provide all this content. You get until it was resolved.
Yeah, I guess.
So you
it's
better be
with the
ready
evidence.
before you hit.
Man, the
to
music
claim for
business is a
something.
multi-million business,
Yeah, I was
bro.
planning to copy something from someone.
No, you still can. You still
Don't
can
even
get
think
away with
about
it for now. But if you blow up, just know someone is going to come for you.
That's why they
So
never
what do you
bring it up.
suggest could be the right way?
The right way is getting consent
Consent from the artist.
from the copyright owner. It couldn't be the artist.
Yeah.
You see, I can't pay you, and I can't pay studio time, and I also can't pay a songwriter to write the music, so you just perform it, and it's not yours.
Wait, who is the copyright owner?
The producer, the person who invests the
For
money.
time.
Actually, the money. No,
The-
whoever
the-
makes the beats is the creative producer.
What about the one
Who
that writes
owns-
the song?
What about the artist?
The
Okay, now
Creator.
let's make it uncomfortable for my fellow Ugandans.
Okay.
Who owns the song? It is the creative producer and the songwriter. They own the compositions of the song
Okay.
because the producer has created the beat. That is his creativity.
Wait, before you go far, what if I bought the song from the songwriter?
Then you need to have a written consent or a written agreement saying, you know what, I have paid you and I've paid
You're
for the
off.
copyright, for the rights, all the rights to the song. But if you don't have that, then you've just paid for his time, not whatever he has created.
Oh.
Something good to know.
You get?
Yeah.
So whoever owns, and it's funny that we, the artists here in Uganda, don't want to give that credit or don't want to let the producers go for their money because no one even gets that money. It's just floating in the air. The producers don't get that money, but they are entitled to the money. But because we feel like, you can't openly say that the producer owns the compositions or the songwriter owns part of the compositions or the author of the lyrics owns part of the composition. You get? So if I want to fully own the song, I can just buy you out and write somewhere, you know what, I've bought you out. That's the deal we have. And then the song is mine.
Business is
Case
done.
scenario is Jeff Chiwa and Shiba. Jeff Chiwa is the
That was a
producer
serious
of
battle
Shiba's
too.
hit records. So Queen Shiba right now is like, you know what, I don't benefit from my music. Jeff Chiwa took my music and Jeff Chiwa is like, you know what, pay me 100 million shillings. I give you back your catalog. And she's like, but I own the music. But then Jeff Chiwa bought the music from the songwriters. He paid
So
the
basically,
producers.
she's left to be as a presenter of the
Wait.
songs. She no longer has.
He produced
rights
the
of
song.
it.
Oh, he bought the song.
He bought the songs from the songwriters, paid the producers to create the music. So what Shiba owns are the performance rights,
Oh. Yeah, now I
not
get
the
it.
composition rights.
Oh.
So she has the freedom to perform
So
the
I'm right
records.
to call her a presenter to the music. She just presents.
Exactly. But then I think Jeff Chua was easy on her because he would have acted like, Keith Daniel's former management. Because they told him, you know what, we own your name and we own your hit records. So you can't perform the music and you can't go with your name. That's why he changed from Keith Daniel to Keith Daniel. And he can't perform his old hit records because he didn't invest in the records.
Fully equipped information from our Ugandan music from our best artists here. To me, he's my best artist. To you, I don't know, but it's good.
He's actually going to give us a cappella after the broadcast.
You know, I'm gonna call for that.
You're going to
No,
miss out. I'm
but
going to ask for it.
Am I about to sign a check?
just bring me the pen. Now back to this. Why are the Nigerian making so much loud voices about Diamond Platinum?
I mean,
If he's singing good, they should accept.
everyone has a right
Yeah.
to say something, honestly.
Yeah, that's right.
And given that everyone has an internet package on
But
their
they should
phone
also
and a
accept that
smartphone.
somewhere along the way, East Africa is also good.
Yeah.
Without
Tanzania,
a
as
doubt,
a star,
without
Diamond
a
Platinum
doubt,
is
yeah.
not just any artist
Let me tell you one
for a
thing.
record.
I think that was a strategic move for Diamond Platnumz because him being an established artist,
Yeah.
he completely knows what he's doing. And
Yeah.
since we don't have an official statement from Diamond Platnumz and
No,
Spyro,
from the other
so
side.
maybe they did business, good business, and then they made us talk, which is good publicity.
But if it really did
Behind the
that,
viewers?
if it really did that, we
Uh-huh.
should give ourselves the credit as East Africa. If he really did that, that made those
Yeah.
people say something,
Mm-hmm.
that means we stand somewhere when it comes to music.
Of course we do. But then we also need to like
Yeah, we need to work hand in hand together.
we need to now master
Bring it up.
the music business versus just being good musicians.
Yeah.
You get now we need to master the music business because where we are lacking is the music business.
Perfect.
You get. I used back in the days when I was just starting up my career, I had this dream of being a big celebrated musician. You get being on
But
stage
you
and
are
right,
now
you get
looking smart and
you
good.
get. But then right now,
Yo, I love
right
his
now I'm all
pimp.
about the
You know,
numbers.
hi guys, just a little bit fast. Allow me
think
to
I
make
should
him
just
start.
zoom in.
Let's just look at this outfit. If
Bro,
anyone
I
can
told him
just
from
solve
the
it.
beginning, I love his pimp. Yo, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
big
hard.
shout outs to be real homie.
I will toss for you a high five.
Yeah. You got
Yo,
this, man.
on the block.
Yeah, man, for my boy. But like I was
really
saying,
good
man,
squad.
like I was saying,
Yeah.
we need to now master the music business and understand that I don't have to step on stage to make money off my records, off my catalog. You get. We don't have to get another car wash for dying musician.
No.
To get medication, they need to earn from their catalog. And this is the bitter truth.
And we don't have to first wait for them to die and we say, oh, this one was a legend, this was this. We have to do for them all we have, all they deserve when they still, okay, when they can still stand, they can still talk for themselves.
But let me tell you one thing. If Ugandans just learn and adopt the art of the music business, we are going to be unstoppable. Trust me.
Do you think that's possible?
Did you hear that?
You see the diversity in our sound? That's our winning point. So we just have to now adopt the professionalism of the music business and the rest will be history.
Yeah, but I feel like these days, all the Ugandan tracks to listen to, they're almost like the same bits, like the same bits.
Well, I could hook you
It's
up
more
with
of
new
like we're in a
music.
battlefield, but all in all, you heard it loud and clear from this
But let me
guy.
tell you one thing. Trust me, this is the biggest music market. If we have a Nigerian walking in every week, silently walking in Uganda to promote their music, if we have big promoters making sure the Nigerian music blows here, so we are big consumers of music. What we need to understand is change the consumers to start listening to our music. You see, you're saying Nigerians sound different.
Yeah.
They don't sound any different.
Because they're
I'll
proud
play
of
for
their
you 5
pigeon.
songs, 5 hit records of Nigerians with the same snare, with the same chord progression, with the same kind of instrumentation. They don't sound any different. You listen to Afro Piano, is there anything different?
No.
No.
Exactly. It's just same Afro beats. So if we do the same Chidandali, we are doing the same Chidandali because the genre is Chidandali. So it has to sound like that. And if we are doing
no,
Afro
that's
beats, then it's more like saying Raga records sound different. Sound the same. They are Raga records. They
Maybe we
sound
should
the
also
same,
try
man.
to make it
Yeah.
look more
I feel
similar
you,
like
bro.
the
I feel you in
Jamaican.
that.
Because if it's Jamaican beat, you're gonna feel like this is Jamaican song.
Yeah.
If it is South African, you're gonna feel it right from the
No,
start.
but I'm talking about there's a point where I just feel like some artists just sound exactly the
The
same.
same.
Have you heard this kind? I don't know why VIP
Are they
Jamon
copying
went,
voices?
but there's a point where VIP and Jamon and Fake Famake just sounded all the same.
Who is this guy
the other
singing
is
like?
a copycat of the other. Not a
Who's
copycat.
that- who's
sorry.
that each of the
no
other?
offense, but one learned from the other. I should put that straight. You get one was inspired by the other. There's a generation every time there's a new generation that comes up. Like Alien Skin.
And they're inspired by
Tom D is just like
Tom D.
Alien Skin.
I couldn't differentiate between Tom D and Alien Skin. This guy's literally saying the same, almost the same.
So Alien Skin is the original plate that makes the money. You get that makes that 50K note. So he gets the same plate,
It's the template.
gives the other plate to Tom D.
Copy and
You
paste.
get because every generation breeds some people that sound almost the same. Because one gets inspiration from the other. You get even when Fikfa Maker was here,
Basically,
we
they're
had
trying
VIP
to leave a
JMO,
legacy
we
behind.
had Rickman.
How would you
somehow.
talk about Radio and King Saha?
Of course we know radio existed before King Saha. You get, but
Yeah.
then after a long time, they both owned their own sound. You get,
Did anyone train the other?
someone doesn't have to train me. I could just listen to their music. I used to work with
But the people who just have like similar vocals, yeah. I've heard there's an upcoming artist, yeah,
Was singing exactly like radio.
who no. Have you heard of A Million Stars?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A Million Stars. Now I was with her at a certain point, and she was live on TikTok, and one of her fans was like, "How come you look so? Your vocals almost sound familiar, like those of Philly." She actually sounds
People
kind of
make
like
love
Philly.
to other people's music and then they get adopted to the music and then they tend to sound the same at some point.
Just to feel, just to feel exactly
And
fall
I
in
think
love
that's
with
the
what
reason
they are
why I
listening
listen to
to.
random music. Like, I listen to random music that is way out of my genre. You get, but it's easy. I used to work with an old gun, Babaluku Silas.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to work with Silas.
the legend.
I mean, that guy used to have like over 10 floors. If you wanted to have Common, he would give you Common. If you wanted to have Wu-Tang Clan, he would give you Wu-Tang Clan. If you wanted to have Jay-Z, he would give you Jay-Z.
Damn,
If you
bro.
wanted to have Busta Rhymes, he would give you Busta Rhymes. And he used to make love to that music almost every day because we would bump those guys.
Wow.
So he knew how they would flow, how they would twist, how they would put pauses, punches in between their verses. I mean, it's just what you listen to.
Yeah.
Is it only about listening, or is it what you want to
Well,
feel?
he just made me feel like it's listening.
Just like FIFA Make adopted Wizkid's
Well,
kind of lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
So it's not just about the music.
talking about that, yo, this guys.
okay, guys.
Yeah.
I guess we have come to our, I'll call it a conclusion. We have got to
wrap.
know, actually, I'll call
Wrap
it a
it up.
wrap. Everything is, I think we are, as we, the kings and queens, we have come to an answer, as in it, inside this room, that with music we have to,
You have to.
the right way to go about the music you mentioned. I want you to say that again.
We just need to understand the music business. That's
Thank you.
period. And adopt professionalism in our industry.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's kings and
Any
queens.
conclusion about that from your side?
Hey, follow the right track. Don't do the snicky shit.
I feel attacked.
It's just bluffing.
So the kings and queens, once again, follow us, like, comment, and share. Feel free to leave your suggestion.